Hello everyone, welcome to today's session of CTMT classes. We have completed three chapters so far. So in today's session, I am going to start with the fourth chapter, that is desired properties of concrete. Okay, so this is the syllabus of your fourth chapter. In this chapter, we are going to study about strength of concrete, impermeability of concrete, characteristic strength, compressive strength, tensile and flexural strength of concrete, then the different tests on concrete, modulus of elasticity, effect of water cement ratio, and admixture on strength properties of concrete, and concrete mixes for different strength as per IS 456 2000. Okay, so this much is the syllabus of your fourth chapter. Okay, so we are going to study about strength, impermeability. Okay, these are the compressive strength, tensile strength, and flexural strength. Then these will come under the strength of concrete. Okay, these are the tests on concrete. Uh, then we will, other than this, we are going to study about modulus of elasticity, effect of water cement ratio, and effect of admixture on strength property of concrete. Then different types of concrete mixes according to IS 456 2000. Okay, so our previous three chapters were big. Okay, the syllabus of those chapters was big, but from here, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth, these chapters are not as big as previous three chapters. Okay, starting three chapters were big in quantity. Now these chapters are not as big as those chapters. Now, what is strength of concrete? Okay, uh, if you want to say any person is having good strength or more strength, it means he is strong. Okay, if you say any person he is he is having very good strength, what does it mean? It means that he is strong person, right? So same way, strength of concrete means it is regarding how much strong your concrete is. Okay, so the strength can be defined as the ability to resist the force. With regard to concrete, for structural purposes, it can be defined as the unit force required to cause rupture. Okay, so what is strength of concrete? Suppose if two people are there, okay, two people are there, two persons are there. One person is having less strength and one person is having more strength. Okay, so if you make them suppose if you a person one person is having less strength and another person is having more strength, for the person who is having less strength, for him you give to lift 25 kgs. Okay, you tell him to lift 25 kgs and his capacity is 25 kg only. Okay, his capacity to lift the weight is 25 kg. Okay, the person who is having less strength, if you tell him to lift 25 kg, he will lift it. Okay, he will lift it. If you give him 26 kgs, then he cannot lift that weight. Okay, and another person who is having good strength, for him you give 25 kg, he will easily lift it. If you give him 50 kgs, he will lift it. Okay, if suppose the person having more strength, for him the capacity is 50 kg. Okay, he can lift a 50 kg. If you give 51, then he cannot lift it. What does it mean? A person having less strength is having the capacity or having the strength of lifting 25 kg weight. If you make it 26 kg, he cannot lift. And a person having good strength, he can lift 50 kg because his capacity is to lift 50 kg. If you give him 51 kg, then he cannot lift it. If suppose another person is there who is a builder, weightlifter, if suppose he can lift up to 2 quintals. Okay, 200 kgs. If you give 201, he cannot lift. So strength of concrete is nothing but, it is the strength of concrete which defines as the ability to resist the force. Okay, it is the ability to resist the force. Now see, I told you about two person. Now I will tell you about two structure, two concrete structure. Suppose this is one concrete structure and this is another concrete structure. Okay, so this is first case. This is first case. Here this is second case. Okay. Now, first case you can see two beams are there. First case and second case. In the first case you can see it is depth of the beam is more. In the second case the depth of beam is small. Okay. So both are having different capacities. The first case is more. In the first case the beam is more strong. In the second case the beam is having less strength. Okay. Suppose if you put weight, okay, if you put the weight on this, if you put the weight on this and here on this, okay, if you put here in the second case, if suppose if you put the weight here as 1000 kgs, because the capacity of this is to take 1000 kg. Okay, the capacity is 1000 kg, it can take the 1000 kg. If you make it 1001, it cannot take, it will rupture. Okay, it will rupture. Up to 1000 kg it can resist the load, or it can resist the force which is coming on it. Okay, what do you mean by force? Force is nothing but load by area. Here you are applying the load on it. Load is nothing but you are applying the load in kgs. Okay, if you are telling force, it means load divided by area. Force F is equal to P divided by A. Right? You might have studied in strength of concrete, strength of materials. Sorry, strength of material, stress, strain, and all. Okay, you might have studied there. Right? So up to 1000 kg it can take load. If you make it 1001, it cannot take. Now for this, if you put 1000, it will easily take, because in the first case the strength is more than second case, because suppose second case is having the capacity of 10,000 kg, up to 10,000 kgs it will take. If you make it 10,001, it will give rupture, or it will start to give the cracks. Understood? So this is in general, I am telling you what is strength. Strength is nothing but it is the ability to resist the force, or it is ability to take the load. Okay, so how much ability it has, that much it will take. Okay, with regard to concrete, for structural purposes it can be defined as the unit force required to cause rupture. Okay, unit force required to cause rupture, it means in the first case, if you want to cause a rupture to the first case, it means you have to apply the load of 10,001. Understood? Strength is a good index of most of the properties, most of the other properties of practical importance. Okay, if strength is good, means other properties of the concrete structure also will be good. So strength is very good, a very important parameter. If strength is good, other properties also will be good. In general, stronger concretes are stiffer, more watertight, and more resistant to the weathering. Okay, so if you want to say a concrete is strong, okay, if you want to say the concrete is strong, then your concrete should be stiff. Stiff means it should be very hard. Okay, concrete should be very hard, and it should be watertight. Watertight means your concrete structure should not be permeable. Okay, it should not be permeable. If there is a water which is coming on the top surface of the concrete, it should not percolate into the water concrete body and should not come it from the bottom portion. If water is standing on the top surface of the concrete, then it should remain on the top surface. It should not percolate. That is nothing but watertight and more resistance to the weathering action. Okay, in a year 3 seasons will come. Okay, winter season will come, summer season will come, right? In all the weathering conditions, your concrete should be able to stand. Okay, whatever may be the action of weather, your concrete should have the resistance to the weathering to the weather. Okay, in summer season, the temperature will be high. In winter season, there will be water which is coming in contact with the concrete body. Okay, whatever may be the weather, your concrete should be able to withstand. It should be able to resist the forces of weather. Okay, then you can say your concrete is strong and it is having good strength. Understanding? Nature of strength in concrete. Okay, rupture of concrete may be caused by applied tensile strength, shearing stress, or by compressive stress on a combination of two of the above stresses. Okay, if there is a rupture of concrete which is being caused to the concrete, then what are the things which can be done? You can apply the tensile stress on the concrete, you can apply shearing stress or compressive stress, and three are there, any of one or otherwise any of two. Combination of two of the above stresses will cause the rupture. When it will cause the rupture? When the capacity crosses. Okay, when the strength of concrete is reached to its maximum, means the capacity of concrete structure to take the force or to take the load reaches to its maximum, and still there is a much more load coming on it, then the rupture in the concrete starts to take place, right? So the forces may be a tensile force, that is tensile stress, shearing stress, or compressive stress, or combination of any. Okay, what do you mean by tensile, shear, and compressive? Can anybody tell me what is the difference between compression and tension? What do you mean by compression and tension? Anybody from all the participants? Can anybody please answer me this?
In a tension, the size of object is increased, and in a compression, size of object is reduced.
Okay, good. It is correct. What you have said is correct, but after the application of load. Now, what I am asking is, how is the application of load in tension and compression?
In tension, force
Hmm.
is away from the object, and in
Yes,
compression, force is towards the object.
good, very good. You are right. See, the difference between compression and tension. Suppose this is your concrete structure, and this is one concrete structure. Here I want to apply compressive stress, say compression. Here I will say tension. Okay, so first is compression. Compression is nothing but you are applying the load towards the concrete structure. Okay, in a compressive strength or in compression, you are applying the load towards the towards the concrete structure. Understood? Here at the bottom there will be a support, or otherwise from the bottom also you are applying the load. Okay, so like this, if the load coming on it, if the load that we are applying, if it is towards the body, then it is called as compression. You can see it is compressing the structure. Okay, when the load is being applied on the structure, on the concrete structure, what does it mean? It is compressing it. Okay, you are compressing it. Understood? If you see the word compression, you can understand, right? So here you are compressing it. In tension, what is happening? In tension, you are applying the load. Okay, in tension also you are applying the load. Here I will show you. Suppose this is your concrete structure. Here the application of load is away from the concrete structure. Okay, if you go to any cybernet or anywhere, if there is a glass door or something like that, there will be, it is written push, and on other side of the door there will be, it will be written pull. Push and pull. Push means you have to push it from away from you. Pull means you have to pull it towards you. Okay, in compression is like pushing, means towards the body you are pushing it. Okay, you are applying the load on the concrete body. Here you are compressing it. Okay, that's why it is called as compression or compressive strength. And tension, in tension you are pulling it. Okay, you are pulling it from suppose I will give you example with the help of one concrete rod itself. Okay, suppose this is a concrete rod, suppose not concrete rod, steel rod. Okay, this is a steel rod. For this steel rod, you are applying the load, means you are giving a tensile strength, means you are pulling it from here and here. In opposite direction, you are pulling it. So this is called as tension. Understood? In compression, towards the concrete structure, and in tension, away from the structure. In compression, what will happen? Okay, so for this structure for which I have shown you as compression, for this also you can do as tension. What you have to do is you have to reverse the forces. Now you are pushing, that time you have to pull from each other. Okay, so the strength of concrete structure, okay, strength of concrete structure, that you will get. Okay, so now you have applied the force on this. Okay, now you have applied the force on this. Okay, on this you are applying the force. Now you are applying the force towards the body. Now it is taking some load. Okay, suppose it has taken 100 kg. Okay, and still the concrete structure is same. Now you have applied 1000 kg. Still the concrete structure is same. Now you will apply 1200 kgs. Still the concrete structure is same. Now you will apply 10,000 kg. Okay, still your concrete structure is taking the load. Okay, now if suppose if you make it 10,001, then it started to give crack for 10,001. Okay, in the first case, then what will happen? What does it mean? The compressive strength of this structure, okay, compressive strength of this structure is 10,000 and 10,000 kg. For 10,001, it is cracking, it is giving a crack. Understood? The compressive strength of the concrete structure is 10,001. Compressive strength I am telling. Okay, compressive strength. Now in this case, it is a tension. Okay, you are applying the load away from the body. Suppose you have applied 100 kgs. It is taking the load. You make it 200 kg. It is taking load. Now you make it 500 kg. It is taking load. Now when you make it 501 kg, it is cracking. Okay, it is started to give the crack. Then what is the capacity of it? 500 kg. Okay, 500 kg. What it is? Tension. 500 kilonewton. Okay, the new unit is Newton per mm square. Okay, I am just giving you for example, and just to explain you, I gave in kg. The unit is not kg for compressive strength and and for the strength it is Newton per mm square. Okay, instead of kg, I would have explained in Newton per mm square. Okay, so it is suppose it is taking this much of it is having this much capacity. If it is increases more than this, it gives the crack. Okay, so one more thing I want to explain you. A concrete structure. Okay, for a concrete structure, it is the concrete structure is very good in compression. It is very good in compressive strength. For a concrete structure, if you put any a load on it, it can take 100 kg, 1000 kg, 10,000 kg, 20,000 kg. It can take the load. Okay, but in only in compression. But in tension, if it is only a concrete structure, the tension strength, the tensile strength of the concrete is very less. The tensile strength of concrete is very less. So it means that the compressive strength of concrete structure is good, and tensile strength of concrete is bad, or you can say it is less. Okay, so concrete structure is good in compression and bad in tension, whereas a steel rod or reinforcement, okay, the reinforcement that you have taken here, okay, if I'm talking about this reinforcement, this is a rod. Okay, for this rod, if you apply the compressive strength towards the bar, now what will happen? This will start to give the crack. Okay, up to suppose 100 kgs it is taking the load. After 100 kg it will bend, as I have shown you here, it will bend. Okay, now if you apply the load away from the steel rod, if you give 100 kg, 200 kg, 500 kg, nothing will happen to the rod. It can take up to 1000 kg. After 10,000 kg, the rod may start to break. Understood? So here I conclude that steel or the steel reinforcement is good in tension and bad in compression. Is it clear? So concrete is good in compression and bad in tension, and reinforcement are good in tension and bad in compression. Okay, so now concrete good in tension, good in compression, steel good in tension. Now you want a structure which is good in compression as well as in tension. Okay, so when you are giving the load on it by pushing it towards the body, then also it should be good to take the load. When you are pulling it from when you are pulling it from the from it, okay, when you are pulling it, then also it should be able to take more load. So for your building, you need a structure which is good in compression as well as which is good in tension. Okay, so for this, what you will do is you will make the combination of concrete and reinforcement. Okay, imagine concrete is good in compression, steel is good in tension. Now, if you combine concrete and steel, that is concrete and reinforcement, then you will get the structure which is good in compression as well as which is good in tension. Understood? So that's why in the concrete, in the building or in the any in the construction, we will use the structures which is combination of concrete and steel. If you take column, it contains concrete and reinforcement. If you take beam, it is concrete and reinforcement. If you take slab, it is concrete and reinforcement. If you see any footing, it is concrete and reinforcement, right? So if you combine concrete and reinforcement, it is called as RCC. What it is called as? RCC. RCC, what is the full form of RCC? Reinforced cement concrete. R is refers to reinforced. Reinforcement. Reinforcement is a technical term for steel or the rods. Okay. So if we are combining concrete and steel, it is RCC structure. We say it as RCC structure. It means reinforce the cement concrete structure. Is it clear? Anybody having any kind of a doubt in this that I have explained just now? Any person having any doubt? You see, concrete being brittle material is much weaker in tension and shear than compression. Shear is nothing but, okay, I will tell you shear also. If this is a concrete structure and there is a application of load here, okay, here you are applying the load and here you are applying the load, then how your concrete structure will fail? It may fail like this. Okay, like this it may fail. The crack may come like this. So if it is failing like this, it means it is shear. It is called as shear. Understood? So concrete is weak in tension and shear, but it is good in compression. Okay. Under compressive load are essentially shear failures on oblique planes as shown in figure. So here you see the figure. In the compression, when the load is applied towards the body, these are the three types of failures which can occur. Okay, when you are applying the load from the top, so the crack may come like this and like this. Another chance of getting the crack may be like this and this. And another type of crack from the point of application of load, it may give the crack. Now, what are the factors which affect the strength of concrete? Okay, what are the factors which will affect the strength of concrete? Generally, following factors affect the strength of concrete. First one is type of cement. Okay, which type of cement you are using? Okay, we have three grades of cement available in the market. Okay, three different grades of cement are available: 33 grade, 43 grade, and 53 grade. Remember, okay, remember the different grades of cement available: 33, 43, and 53 grade of cement. Okay, now which type of cement you are using? Whether you are using 33 grade, whether you are using 43 or 53. So which type of cement you are using? That also, there are different types of cements available. This grade of cement and type of cement. Whether you are using OPC, whether you are using PPC. Remember the first unit, okay, first chapter. In the first chapter, last topic was types of cements, right? Rapid hardening cement, right? So many different types of cements were there. Sulfate resisting cement, right? So many are there. I don't want to repeat those now. So type of cement, which type of cement you are using will decide the strength of concrete. Okay, it the strength type of cement also affect the strength of concrete. If suppose if I say in the grades of concrete, if you use 33 grade, you will get less strength. If you use 43 grade of cement, you will get more strength. If you use 53 grade of cement, you will still get more and more strength of concrete. ठीक है, सीमेंट में 3 ग्रेड है, 33 ग्रेड है, 43 ग्रेड है एंड 53 ग्रेड है। 33 ग्रेड वाला सीमेंट यूज करोगे तो कम स्ट्रेंथ मिलेगी कंक्रीट की। 33 के बजाय 43 ग्रेड वाला सीमेंट यूज करोगे तो उससे भी ज्यादा स्ट्रेंथ मिलेगी, 33 वाले से भी ज्यादा स्ट्रेंथ मिलेगी। अब 43 से भी अब तुमको 43 के बजाय अगर तुम 53 यूज करोगे तो स्ट्रेंथ और भी ज्यादा होगी। बट तीनों केस में तुमने अमाउंट ऑफ सीमेंट सेम दिया है। सपोज फर्स्ट केस में 50 केजी सीमेंट है, सेकेंड केस में 50 केजी, थर्ड केस में 50 केजी। तीनों भी केसेस में 50 केजी सीमेंट लिया है, बट ग्रेड ऑफ सीमेंट अलग है। फर्स्ट में 33 ग्रेड है इसलिए स्ट्रेंथ कम है, सेकेंड में 43 ग्रेड है 50 केजी है, स्ट्रेंथ ज्यादा है। 53 ग्रेड में 50 केजी है बट स्ट्रेंथ 33 और 43 वाले से भी ज्यादा है क्योंकि ग्रेड ऑफ सीमेंट 53 है। अंडरस्टूड? सो टाइप ऑफ सीमेंट एंड ग्रेड ऑफ सीमेंट अफेक्ट्स द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ कंक्रीट। second factor which affects the concrete is type of aggregate. Which type of aggregate you are using, whether you are using virgin aggregate or recycled aggregates. Okay, what do you mean by virgin aggregate? Virgin aggregates are nothing but the aggregates which are fresh, okay, which is going to be used for the first time. Okay, first time you are going to use that aggregate. Okay, so such means it is freshly prepared from the factory, so for the first time you are going to use it. Those are called as virgin aggregate. Another type of aggregate is recycled aggregate. So recycled aggregates are aggregates which are already been used, for the second time you are going to use it. Okay, from the concrete structure and all, you will recover the aggregate, and those aggregate if you are going to use, so that is called as recycled aggregates. Okay, so virgin aggregates will be having more strength than the recycled aggregate, and recycled aggregates will be properties of both the aggregates will be different. Both the aggregates are different. The absorption, the recycled aggregates will be having can absorb more amount of water. Okay, now the richness of the mix. When you have prepared the concrete, how much your concrete is rich. If you have added more amount of cement, then the richness will be high. If the amount of cement is less, then your concrete will be lean. Okay, if the mix is rich, then the strength will be more. Okay, next, curing temperature. Okay, so the strength of concrete also depends on the curing temperature. When you are curing the concrete structure, in the types of curing I have explained you what are the different types of curing. In the types of curing we have seen water curing, membrane curing, steam curing, and high pressure steam curing, right? In the steam curing you have seen we are applying the heat. Okay, we are spraying the steam to the concrete structure to get the more strength in less time. In the water curing we are spraying again 4 types are there, leave, but we are giving for the curing we are giving the water, right? So but in steam curing we are giving the steam to the concrete structure, which is providing water as well as temperature to the concrete structure, right? So this also affects the strength of concrete. Next is age of concrete. As the age of the concrete increases, the strength increases up to a certain age. Suppose first day of the concrete, okay, when you do the concrete, the strength will be minimum when your concrete is still in plastic condition. Now after second day the strength increases, third day strength increases, seventh day strength will be more, 14th day it will be again more, on 28th day you'll gain around 98 to 99% of the strength. Okay, so still if you go for more and more age, the strength increases up to a certain age. Okay, so age of concrete also affects the strength of concrete. Next, effect of compaction. When I was explaining you about different stages of concreting, at that time I explained you what is compaction and what are the different methods of doing compaction. Hand compaction, compaction by vibration, right? So compaction by roller. So those types we have explained. So how compaction affects the concrete strength. Okay, so if you don't do the compaction, then there will be air voids in the concrete. Okay, if you don't do compaction, there will be air voids in the concrete, and your concrete may not have reached to each and every corner in the formwork. Okay, then your concrete structure will become permeable, which is having more air voids, and that's why the strength of concrete will be less. If you do the compaction, the concrete will reach to each and every corner inside the formwork, and whatever the air voids are present inside the concrete, it will get expelled. Okay, that air voids will get expelled from the top. Those air voids which are present inside the concrete body, it will reach to the top surface, and it will get expelled out, and your concrete will settle down. Okay, so if your fully compacted concrete will have good strength. Okay, so the compaction also affects the strength of concrete. Next is aggregate cement ratio. Aggregate to cement ratio, how much amount of aggregate you are using for how much amount of cement. Okay, so the amount of cement should be sufficient to lubricate the aggregate. Your cement should not be in a very less quantity, so that it is not able to lubricate all the coarse aggregates properly. Okay, the amount of cement should be sufficient enough to lubricate the aggregate, means your cement paste. Okay, your cement paste should be able to lubricate the aggregate. Lubrication, you might have heard in oiling. Okay, the lubrication of chain and all. Okay, providing sufficient oil is called as lubrication. But in concrete structure, lubrication of aggregate is nothing but your cement paste should be able to provide sufficient paste to the aggregate for lubrication. You will get, then only you will get good strength. Okay, temperature at the time of placing, and okay, so that also affects the concrete, because if the temperature is very high, then the heat of hydration will be faster. When the cement comes in contact with water, then the hydration reactions will start. As I told you, as the temperature will be more, then the rate of hydration reactions will be more. Okay, then effect of loading condition, how you are giving the load to the concrete structure also affects the strength of concrete. So these are the different factors which will affect the strength of concrete. Okay, so in the next class I will explain you what is impermeability. So in today's session we discussed what is strength, what is strength of concrete, what are different types of strengths. Okay, that is compressive strength, tensile strength, and flexural strength. So what is compression? We also discussed what is compression, what is tension, and what is shear, and what are the different factors affecting the strength of concrete. Okay, So today we discussed these many topics. In tomorrow's topic, we'll start with the impermeability of concrete. Okay. I'll take your attendance and then I will leave you people. Okay.